Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm okay. You talked on Monday about meet with your players the day after the Rutgers game and talk to them about tough times and persevering, and facing these things. Talk about what you've seen from them this week on the practice field. Has it been the response you're hoping to, and just kind of talk about what you've seen from them as far as their attitudes and their mindset this week?
Yeah, I do. I do like the response, the way they've worked each day, and just challenge our leadership guys in different areas. The guys who I feel have to run, our offense, run our defense, and run our special teams, and then run the team, in different groups, and just being able to challenge them, to rise up, and also just to just talk to them about life and how you battle through difficult times and being able to stay the course and stay together and what that means, what that looks like. And I like the way they responded. Obviously, we got to prove it on game day. We got to come together and play our best football. Another big challenge ahead of us here this Saturday. So, but it's about locking arms, staying together, and just continue to fight.
Zach and Jim Coyle.
We've asked you about Dexter in a couple different ways. I guess the deeper you get into the season, just do you start to limit, I don't want to say expectations for him, but maybe almost help him manage his own expectations, I guess, in terms of saying, hey, don't stress about not being here at this point, or don't think about a hard date, just keep kind of progressing. Just kind of how do you manage him, I guess, here at what feels like maybe the end of his rehabilitation, maybe being able to get back on the field?
Yeah, I do think that's important. I think you just, the open lines of communication is important as well, and continues to grow in his reps and his preparation each week continues to expand as we move closer to getting him, ready to play. And so, and I care a lot about what he thinks and how his mind, where he's at himself and how he views himself and where he feels comfortable. So yeah, it's just we're not stopping that process, continue to grow that, and hopefully, and he's had, did some more things this week they did last week. So each week we continue to build off of that. So that's the plan, is to continue on that progress.
All right, Jim and Mike Niz.
Tom, how are you today, sir?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you. Speaking of Dexter Williams, I look at last year's game at Michigan State as a key moment for Indiana. It was a kind of a similar season. Things had gone, but you guys were able to go up there and win a game that most people didn't expect in a way most people didn't expect. Do you use that as something to point to for this team from a resiliency standpoint?
Yeah, I believe so. I just think from the way our guys just dug deep, made some adjustments. Guys stepped up. A guy like Dexter stepped up that hadn't been playing as much, and made some adjustments schematically to fit our guys and give them a chance. And then guys in that game, you just think about the adversity of the game and being down and coming back, and all three phases were part of the win. Needed all three phases to come up and make plays at critical times, on the road against a team that was, playing for a whole lot. They were playing to go to a bowl game. And so, and playing for a trophy, and just all the different things that went into that. So no doubt, to me, that was a culture win with a lot of key guys that weren't there able to play. And so I just think that just the grit that we showed in that moment is definitely something to draw from and continue to draw from. And many guys on this current team were at that game or played in that game. So without question, we've got to continue to find ways and, methods to motivate and to challenge our guys, and excited to see guys step up when they get opportunities, which this weekend is a tremendous opportunity to do just that.
Mike and Seth.
Yeah, Tom, in terms of the run defense, how have you kind of approached trying to, through the last 4 weeks, kind of struggled changes, or, sort of what's been kind of the focus to kind of turn things around there?
Yeah, definitely major focus. You look at their run game, and obviously they're one of the top in the Big Ten, and two talented running backs. So have to really do a great job, fitting our gaps. And so to me, it's really making some schematic adjustments to be able to adapt to what we believe we're going to see on Saturday, and just also working on block destruction, getting off blocks. I think that's a big focus for us here this week. And then just being great tacklers. We missed some tackles this last couple of weeks that have been disappointing because we've been, taking a lot of pride in being a great tackling team. So, and they really challenge our linebackers to step up and play their best football, which I did not believe they did against Rutgers. So to me, that's a collective, component to that, and got to do a great job of, the efficiency on first down is going to be really led by how well we can stop the run and do a great job of having discipline in our eyes off the play action pass.
Seth and Jack.
Tom, I got two things for you. One, I know Jaylen Lucas took a big hit in the fourth quarter of the Rutgers game. I don't think he came back in the game. Has he been fine from that? Has he been practicing this week? I guess, is there any status on him? And then with the mindset things you've been talking about, emphasizing this week, do you feel like there's something different you as coaches can do or need to be doing if you sense that maybe it's not where it needs to be during games?
Yeah, I think, the first question, Jaylen is back. He's fine, got fully checked out. So hasn't missed any reps or any practice this week. And then I would just say, anytime something's not giving you what you want, you go through, and we made some even adjustments, and I would say even some pretty, significant adjustments in our schedule this week and how we practice, especially on Wednesday, and just trying to find ways to continue to motivate and to get a response. You just think about the number of, shots that you take during the game and your body and the different things you have to play well for 60 minutes. And so just trying to find ways to give our guys, what they need to be at their best throughout the entire game, the entire 60 minutes. And then whatever happens after that too. So just really, truly, everything possible, whether it's mental, physical, structural and scheme, as well as, scheduling things that we do with our guys and trying to get them some extra rest and also trying to get them, mentally ready in all that we do. So just, everything possible we're trying to do to be able to help our football team be successful on game day.
All right, Jack, and then we'll wrap up with Zach Browning.
Hey Tom, with the road environment, I'm sure you're expecting this week. Is there anything differently you do in practice to kind of prepare the team for that? And I guess maybe more specifically with Brendan, since he's only played in a couple of road games in his career, are there any conversations or things that you can say to him that you could maybe help kind of prepare him for that? Yeah,
we definitely, the noise, the crowd is a big deal, in a game like this. So in all of our practices beginning on Tuesday, we do the crowd noise and have a portable way to have, that mechanism, in some stationary spots, but as well as following the offense up and down the field so you can have it right behind them. And you can turn it off, obviously, when you're in between so you can get some things corrected. But you want them to be able to communicate and obviously make your modifications in your communication with your offense and your special teams units that are going to be affected by, that element, which is obviously the punt team, so working on that with their communication, for the noise. And then I think for Brendan, he has played, at Michigan, and got some meaningful reps there and time there. So that's valuable. That's important. But yeah, it's just, there's no way like going and doing it yourself in person and being the starter. And so he's going to have to, more than anything, I think you just have to trust in your preparation. Preparation creates confidence and to be able to trust your teammates and communicate in both nonverbal and verbal communications that we use in these environments and the way that we use our cadence and adjust that and be able for him just to relax and just play ball, and not there's an urgency to it, but you don't panic and you just have a calmness to you as a quarterback, as a leader of that side of the ball, and just to be able to just go play your best football because you're ready, you're prepared, and you just let the system and the guys around you help you be your best.
Zach, last one.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you how you balance and kind of counteract trying to be conservative and keep the care of the ball and have your redshirt freshman quarterback keep care of the ball while still taking shots down the field and be aggressive and try and stretch out the opposing defense. Yeah,
that's a really a fine line, because you're trying to, obviously when you think about the way a game plays itself out, turnovers for an offensive unit are a big deal, and you're trying to limit those and you're trying to help allow him to make good decisions. But you also want to be, you can't be, so conservative that you can't create, explosive plays for your offense. So to me, there is a balancing act there. There's just a lot of wisdom involved, a lot of planning involved with our staff, and then having the courage to be able to make those calls at the right time. I think for our staff, that's a big deal for us to be, take calculated risks in this game. I think it's going to be very important for us to be able to create, explosive plays and some game-changing plays by our offense that we're going to need to win this game. So I do feel like that he is a guy that was going to be a key for that. Whoever's in a quarterback, obviously we're expecting to be our starter. He's going to be our starter. He's going to be playing, but whoever's in there, whatever circumstance, we got to be able to have that guy give our receivers and our team a chance through getting the ball down the field and playing at a high level. So to me, the bottom line is that it's about our offensive staff, the play calling of itself, but we got to be aggressive. This is we're going there to win the football game, and we got to have that mindset in both how we play it and then how we call it.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Awesome. Have a great day, Elio.